Hello everyone, welcome to somebody. Today we're doing a banner review of the Attack on Titan banner. This is, of course, the rerun. It's been 3 years in the making, took them quite a while, but they are now back, and of course we'll be going over the characters and what they do. First we're going over Mr. Levi. Mr. Levi's passive is, at the start of battle, apply proof of defense to himself for 2 turns, and for every human ally on the battlefield increase his pierce rate by 30% of the unit. Before the unit uses a skill, removes 1 buff applied to all enemies and applies a critical mark for 2 turns. For every critical mark applied to the enemies, increase critical damage of the unit by 40%, so he gets a lot of crit damage. And proof of defense is he gets 80% crit defense and becomes completely immune to debuffs for 2 turns. That's encroachment, everything, and it's also a grey buff as well. That means it can't be removed by other people as well. And mark of critical, which is what he inflicts onto the enemies if they have a buff, is lowers critical resistance by 50%, and it cannot be stacked as well. Actually, we'll just go on to his Holy Relic, which you can't actually see here, which is for every debuff applied to the enemies, increase crit chance by 10% up to 10 times, which is pretty big. This skill here is Infect AoE, which is really nice for humans. Humans really needed a good Infect character. That's a DPS as well. His other one is called Inflict. It's got a new skill as well, but it's called Inflicts Deadly Blow, equal to 450%. It's a single target skill, and what Deadly Blow does is 2 times pierce rate, 2 times crit damage when attacking an enemy that has the critical mark effect. Of course, we know he has an AoE Infect skill, and his ultimate, which is applies a buff that increases pierce rate by 100%. Of course, this is a 6-6, so 1/6 is 15%, but a 6/6 is 100% for 2 turns, and inflicts pierce rate damage equal to 475% at 6/6 and 350% at 1/6. It is an AoE ult as well, which is nice, especially. I don't think it's a wiping ult, but it's an ult that will definitely make him stronger. Also, the buff is blue as well, so do bear that in mind. On to Mr. Eren Jaeger. His passive, for every giant or human ally present in the battlefield, increase the unit's base stats by 10%. When the unit attacks an enemy with a with a buff applied, increase the damage dealt by 10% per buff applied to the enemy. Adds additional 20% attack related stat boost when an ally attacks an enemy with attribute advantage. Also, Giant Race is applied to the unit as an additional race as well, and they also contribute to the passives above. And also, they, if your allies are giants, they have another small passive, which is at the start of the turn, if they've taken damage, they heal 10% of their max HP, which is kind of nice. Sorry, 10% of the lost HP, which is kind of nice. So the humans get pretty much all of this bit here, which is to do with the additional stats and the damage, all that kind of stuff, and then Giants also get all of that, plus they also get the healing when they take quite a bit of damage, so he has the additional race of Giant as well, which is kind of nice. Means he'll work with people like Matrona, Deanne. They don't really care, but he'll work well with a Mono Giants team, which is kind of what we haven't seen yet. His Relic, which are currently not here as well, when a human ally attacks an enemy with a single target skill, ignores 30% of crit resistance, which is kind of nice. His first skill, which I believe is this one here, inflicts overwhelm damage. So it's actually a new effect. It will inflicts overwhelm damage by 309% of attack on 1 target. Overwhelm is 2 times crit damage and 2 times damage dealt to an enemy with a debuff. I'm pretty sure that the 2 times crit damage is only when attacking an enemy that is debuffed. So it's 2 times crit damage, 2 times damage to debuff people. So it's actually pretty good, especially if you can get him to crit as well. He has the Relic to help him crit, and if we mix that with other characters that lower crit resistance or increase his attack-related stats, looking pretty nice there. To his second skill, which is applies, I'm pretty sure it's a single target. It's got AoE multipliers. But it's a single target skill that applies a debuff that decreases the enemy's defense-related stats. Of course, you can see here, 20%, 30%, and 40%. And of course, it lasts for 3 turns, 2 turns, and 2 turns again. So it's not too good. I guess it will help him crit. So I guess you'll really want to use this skill and then use this weak point like skill afterwards, which would be nice. Of course, you can't actually do it on Levi, but you can do it on anyone else. And his ultimate is applies a buff that increases crit chance by 15% here. On 6/6, it's 100%. And then inflicts spike damage to all enemies. And of course, spike is 2 times crit damage. So once again, he's going to be hitting very hard. Onto if is the banner worth it? Well, the banner has Roxy in it. Roxy we've not seen in a banner yet. We may have seen her in one banner, but not in a lot of banners. Well, Escanor. Of course, on my JP account I get Escanor. Of course I get an Escanor animation. But there is Blue Roxy, which is kind of what you want, even if you just even if you don't actually want her to use her, she's a very good link character for humans. So of course she's always nice getting dupes for. Getting her 6/6 is probably the way you want to go. Giving the link, you give it to 10% attack related stats if they are human, which is nice. Hopefully we get something good. The Attack on Titan characters from what I've seen, Levi seems like the best one from what I've currently seen, but of course there's still videos coming out daily on them. But if you are going to summon, please do bear in mind that LRS is definitely a big help, and I do recommend that you watch a lot of other YouTubers' videos to decide where you want to summon, so you can actually see what they do and see if you want them in your box. If not, you just want to summon for Roxy, go for it. These characters aren't that bad. You've got, of course, we've got one for free. Got Mikasa. I was actually going to talk about her just now. She's actually very good because of her new passive that she's got. Her new relic, which makes her very strong, of course. I probably would have gone over the relics yesterday. I'm recording this very far in advance because I'm going to be busy in the next few days, so I wanted to make sure I had the videos up for you guys. But overall, these characters aren't too bad. Go away, please, Red Easton. But do get Mikasa. She's very good. Her relic makes her very strong now. She's a very good PvE character. Unfortunately, she can't be used in Demonic Beast. Or PvP, of course, because she's a PvE character. But it's still nice to have her. Of course, having dupes for her is always nice. Because her passive is, her ultimate is a single target skill that increases her basic stats. The basic stats don't increase, but of course the damage does increase. Anyway, on to the final. I do have a lot of summons. I've done a lot of the story. You can also get the tickets day one, which is nice. I'm not getting anything here. Damn. I hope I have good summons. I will be doing 2 rotations on Global day 1. Maybe even a guide for Colossal Titan as well, which would be nice. Of course. Hopefully I'll get luckier than this. Am I going for anyone's 6/6? Not really. I'm just going for a 1 copy of each. So if I get 1 copy of each before I do the full 2 rotations, then I'll just call it quits there. Because the other characters don't really need dupes. Levi would like dupes, but dupes are not needed. It doesn't affect his passive at all. And same with Rerun. It doesn't really affect his passive. It's more of just an ult thing. But the banner itself, decent, good, bad, replaced, very good for PvE, SSR to get, SSR to get, SSR to get, bad, very good. You're mainly going to be summoning for Roxy, these 2, and then probably Mikasa. I do have all of the old Attack on Titan characters, so of course I will be getting a free dupe of Levi, which I'll be keeping just in case I do end up pulling 2 more Mikasas, and then Aaron something I can then just trade in the 3 dupes I got for the character I want. But yeah, it's a decent banner. Would I recommend summoning? Yes, because of course this is a very limited time collaboration, and we don't know when it's going to be back, because of course Attack on Titan is ending soon. So I'm not sure, so summon if you want. I'm going to be summoning. My video will be out tomorrow, and I wish you all the best if you're summoning tomorrow, so good luck.